Hello, it's 10:30. It's been a very busy morning. I have just packaged up all of my bone broth that I have been making. I made it specifically for one reason, and that is for the mushroom soup that I make at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Needs 5.5 cups of broth, and I will be making it for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. So I've portioned it out. Normally I don't store bone broth in giant plastic bags, but that is how I am storing it for the time being, because it's going in the freezer. I know Thanksgiving is only 2 weeks away, but I'm going to put this giant thing in the freezer so it can just sit there waiting for Thanksgiving and then for Christmas, and I'll have that already portioned out. I can just defrost it and use it. Plus I have 5 jars and a mug of broth. So it made, I think I counted up about 17 cups of broth. It was slightly salty at the very end, so I ended up adding some just regular water from the refrigerator to it, and that made the salt go down a little bit, and it also made the total output more. So I probably would have only had maybe 14 or 15 cups, but I added some water to thin it out a little bit, which is fine. So I don't follow a recipe or anything for bone broth. I literally buy just the marrow bones from like the grocery store. They have them in the frozen section. It's like $6 for a whole package. I hope maybe someday I could get them cheaper from somewhere else, but I never think about it. I put them in the crock pot. I fill the crock pot up with water and I cook it for 48 hours, like literally 2 days. And then about 36 hours in, I will replace any of the water that's evaporated. Usually it's about a cup and a half that's evaporated by that point. And I add a ton of salt, smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, maybe some liquid smoke, something like that. And I don't ever measure it. I just do all of that, and then I let it cook again for another 12 hours. Then I taste it, make sure it doesn't need anything else. And this time, normally I add a little more salt, but this time I must have added a lot, so it was slightly salty. So yeah, the baby's asleep. I'm about to run the dishwasher. This house is a disaster. I kind of want to go to sleep, but I'm not going to. I need to tackle the kids' toy area because it is just a mess. All the toys are just crammed in places, and it's not functional for them. And so they're not using it to play, which is a problem for me because I need them to play. So I know I will feel better when I get that done. But first I wanted to tackle this mess situation while Noah was not around. So I'm gonna run the dishwasher and I'm gonna drink my broth. So I haven't really had much to eat this morning. So that will be some good calories. And then I will get started on my projects. Hi again. It's hours later. The baby is taking a heck of a good nap. It's 10 minutes to 1, so he's been asleep for over 2.5 hours. So I got the entire kids area organized, some bags of things to donate that are just toys that are too small for him to play with anymore. All the stuff that belongs in Nova's room back in her room. And hopefully that will be able to help them play, because it's just really was disorganized and not functional before. And I've been sitting here working. I've got a lot of stuff done, and it's the second to last day before the Premier yarn sale ends, and so I went on because I've been hemming and hawing about this forever. So what I am going to order is yarn to make this sweater. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. It's the Monarch sweater. It's basically a crochet sweater that has a giant monarch butterfly on the front. It's from Made by Haley Bailey. I have wanted to make that for quite some time, and Premier has this yarn. It's called Stitch Please Superwash. It is 50% merino, 25%, no, that's not right. The Stitch Please is 100% superwash merino in the DK weight, and it has tons of colors, and it's only $3 right now for 100 grams. So I'm gonna get a blue for the main color, pink for the butterfly, and then a white. And then of course I ordered 1 ball of sock yarn, the sugar sock yarn that I wanted to try. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna make that sweater. It's gonna be my plan to start that in January. And I really just want like a good crochet sweater on the hook, and that has been on in my favorites forever. I wish you could tell how long it's been in your favorites. It came out in 2019, so it's probably been in my favorites since then. So I'm really excited to make that. So anyways, the Premier Yarn Sale is still going on. If you use my link below, that will give me a little bit of money if you order something, but I highly recommend the Stitch Please, because it's $3 for 100 grams of a DK weight 100% merino. That is unbeatable prices, okay? So I know the shipping is kind of a lot unless you spend billions of dollars, but I think it's worth it to get the yarn for the sweater that I've wanted to make forever and ever and ever. Hello, I'm in my nighttime spot. It's 7 p.m. Both kids just went to sleep. Josiah's on a call, and then maybe we'll get some time to spend together. But I have a rant. So if you don't want to hear a rant, just skip ahead. In fact, I have a rant and I have ice cream. So I have a primary care doctor that I've had for a couple of years now. And he's a guy, and he's very nice. But there is a lady at the practice, a lady doctor, a guy doctor and a lady doctor. And I have been trying to get to see the lady doctor, and they won't let me. And I finally called them today, and I was like, listen, I want to schedule an appointment for my annual physical with the female doctor because I have 2 small children, and I want to talk to her about things that are happening to me postpartum that I feel much more comfortable discussing with a lady and not a guy. I was like, it's no offense to him. It's not his problem, but he doesn't understand. I understand he's a doctor, but he has never experienced this. I know she has kids. I was like, so I want to talk to a woman about this. Someone who understands what I'm talking about and isn't just going to be like, because I already know, because I talked to him about my hormones after Nova, and they were just like, they're normal. We tested them. You're fine. I don't feel fine. So yeah, they told me no. They told me it's not their policy. They will not schedule an appointment. If you're with the guy doctor and you want to see the lady, they will absolutely not schedule an appointment for any reason. So I find that incredibly frustrating because now I have to go through the whole thing of finding a new doctor, which is a pain. And you know, new appointments for new doctors are like months out. So I could just go see him, but I don't want to see him. I want to see a lady. So now I have to do a whole thing. And like, I asked in my local moms group on Facebook like if anyone had recommendations, and several people did. So, but now I have to take those names, plug them into Blue Cross and be like, is this person in network? If they are in network, are they taking new patients? If they're taking new patients, will I get to see one before March? So yeah, it's royal pain in my butt. So anyways, yeah, has this been your experience? Have you ever been to a doctor's office that won't let you see another doctor at the practice? That's insane to me. Anyways, I'm gonna have my ice cream. I'm gonna get over myself and I'm going to work on some project. I don't know what. I have this like very, not unsettled feeling, but like I'm very scattered. I can't concentrate today. So I want to pick up something to work on, and it doesn't even matter what it is. I just need to be working on something because I can feel that if I don't grab something and start working on it, I'm just gonna stare at the wall and be like paralyzed and unable to make a decision about what I wanna work on. So I'm gonna start with my Wedtmont shawl and do my 1 row. And then maybe I'll just knit. I'll knit on my boxy. We'll see.